Hello, welcome again. We are covering the subject compressible fluid flow for civil services means IFS and GATE aerospace exam, and we are covering the topic effect of different pressure ratios across a given nozzle. And in this topic, we studied that this was the pressure ratio required to achieve this Mach number isentopically, and Mach number was supersonic for a convergent divergent nozzle. Okay, and this is the design condition. And then we studied that if we vary this pressure from this designed value to some different value, then we are able to achieve different subsonic Mach number, maintaining subsonic condition within the nozzle or within the duct, while maintaining ME1. The subsonic condition was achieved at throat, and the sonic condition was achieved at throat when Me3 was maintained and the pressure was increased up to P3. Okay, and if we increase the pressure further beyond P3, then the normal shock will appear in the divergent part of the duct, and Me4 Mach number at the exit will be obtained. Okay, so now this shock wave can be here, 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 or here, depending upon the pressure, exit pressure. So this shock wave will occur at the exit if we maintain a pressure PE5 at the exit, or when we maintain pressure P5 as back pressure. So here we can see that the expansion within the nozzle is isentropic and the shock is existing at the exit. So PE6 is the pressure corresponding to isentropic expansion. If we maintain this pressure here also, then we are able to obtain isentropic expansion. So that is the design condition. Okay. So that is a design condition. So if we maintain PE6 at the exit or at the or as a back pressure, then there will be no shock anywhere, no expansion wave, nothing else would be there except isentropic expansion. But if the pressure maintained is between P6 and P5, P5 is the uh, P5 pressure is giving normal shock at exit. Okay, and P6 is giving no shock anywhere. So if we maintain pressure between them here, then the oblique shock will occur. Okay, then the oblique shock, because P5 is corresponding to normal shock and PB will be here corresponding to oblique shock, because PB is here, PB is greater than P6, so it will give oblique shock. Okay, so so this is corresponding to back pressure between complete isentropic expansion and corresponding to normal shock at exit. So if we maintain this pressure here, then oblique shock will occur. So now if we maintain back pressure, or here the pressure less than P6, then um, within the nozzle the gas will expand up to P6. Further expansion will take place after the nozzle exit. So this is your expansion wave when here the pressure is maintained less than P6. So I will read last 2 points again that we have read in the last video. If the back pressure is reduced, is further reduced below the last 3 points, when the downstream back pressure PB is further decreased such that P6 less than PB less than PE5, then the flow inside the nozzle is fully supersonic and isentropic with the same behavior as the isentropic inversion divergent nozzle. The increase in back pressure from P6 at exit takes place across an oblique shock attached to nozzle exit, but outside the duct itself. This is schedule K. So this increase in pressure from P6 to PB will be through oblique shock here at the exit of the outside the nozzle. Now next point, if the back pressure is further reduced below P6, here this pressure is reduced further below P6. P6 is corresponding to isentropic expansion. Then reduction in pressure from P6 to back pressure will take place outside through the expansion way. So here, due to oblique shock, the pressure will increase from P6 to PB, and here due to expansion wave, the pressure will decrease from P6 to PB. If the back pressure is further reduced below P6, then reduction in pressure from P6 to back pressure will take place outside the nozzle through expansion wave as shown in figure L. So when situation K exists, so this is first situation is here K. This is when this situation exists. The nozzle is said to be overexpanded. Why overexpanded? Because outside the nozzle compression is taken place due to this oblique shock. Oblique shock increases pressure, so compression is taking place. So that's why this nozzle is said to be overextended. So to compensate this overexpansion, the flow compresses by the oblique shock. Because the pressure at the exit has expanded below the back pressure P6 less than PB. Conversely, the situation when the situation L exists, the nozzle is said to be underexpanded, because underexpanded means here after that the flow is expanding to PB, because P6 is expansion up to exit, and then there is also expansion. So it is under expanded, so further expansion takes place outside the nozzle. Because the exit pressure is higher than the back pressure, P6 is greater than PB, hence the flow is capable of additional expansion after leaving the nozzle.